By pressing play, you've been transported to a dimension where there will be no apologies given for the abstract and asinine comments made here by the host and their guests. With that being said, thank you for listening and enjoy your experience.
We are in detention.
We are more than a band.
Are you ready?
For episode 45 of the most ridiculously random pop culture podcast in the 719. Yo, where the captions at? Yo, where are the captions at? Where are the captions at? Where are they? I don't know. They don't at us. Where they at? Yo, them captions, Spanish word intro there. Yep, guys, you already know what it is. We back. And I'm yours truly, Kels for show, aka the muddiest slider. Joining me today, always, is my bro host.
You know who it is, Roscoe Tinkoya, aka Mr. Lemonade Mouth himself.
And always with us is our main man, our drummer with a D, because that rhymes, because he has a D, and he's a drummer. The boy, Daniel, riggedy, Rojas, a.k.a. Choka.
Hey.
Choka.
Are you at the other a.k.a. Choppa? Hey. Choppa.
So how's everybody doing today? What's the vibes like?
Ooh, well, the vibes were cool until you been a butt earlier than 5 minutes ago.
Nigga, I was not a butt. I was asking a simple question. And that is what it is.
But, they been awesome. I mean, I got an amethyst stone over the weekend. For those that don't know, my birthday's in February. Guess what the birthstone is for February, kids? Amethyst. Yay. So, guess what the nigga's favorite color is? Purple. Yay. No, Donatello is not my favorite turtle because I go with the one that follows my spirit of being an Aquarius. Mikey. We know these in these streets. But yeah, shit like that. And you, Daniel? Oh yeah, and also
Wait, how you gonna ask him a question and then not let him answer the question?
I know because I want to.
No, you do know, so you know you're being an ass, Daniel.
Somewhat, but I'm sorry, I have to.
Doing all right.
I have to interrupt
That's not
because
what
the fact of I have to apologize to my D&D group that is probably listening to this podcast for fucking up and telling an evil villain that we may or may not know that's an evil villain that we have an airship.
Word, but also you could do that through a text message as well.
Well, guess what?
You have an Apple Watch and an Apple phone, a fucking laptop. You have multiple sources of communication with these individuals. I'm just saying. They
looked at me yesterday like, yo, why'd you tell them that? But I was like, man, y'all was talking too much. There was too much communication.
Wait, you trying to say there was too much talking in D&D when all you do is talk?
Well, they talk so much that it blended in that I did not know that we landed the airship a mile away and then rode on the dock. I just thought
sounds like you should have been paying attention.
Man.
Exactly.
There's two people in the group that's just like, yo, they wander off in conversation and just veer off. They need to study up and nut up and we need to focus. But we're just like, God damn it. If we say something, they're going to probably steer off more. So we just sit there and let them steer off and then tell them to get back.
And what we're about to get back into is, yo, what's popping? That's how we start off every episode of this podcast. So, Ross, what's been popping off in wrestling for the last week?
Well, actually, before we even start to record on this beautiful Monday, McMahon done made another good quick billion this year by selling the United States rights of streaming of the WWE Network to NBC Universal. So yes, y'all, starting March 18th, aka the pay-per-view day of Fastlane, WWE Network will be shutting down and will be actually integrated into the Peacock app.
So, if you sign up for Peacock, you get all the pay-per-view events.
Now, here's the thing that makes it even more special.
No, I'm just asking, is that happening?
If you pay in because the Peacock app is free regardless.
Yeah.
You have to pay into the $5 or the $10 app. and then you'll get the WWE Network.
No, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, if you pay for it, you will get all
you
that
get
content. That's all I need to know.
You get all the WWE Network content, but here's the even more crazy part, because you already got my Peacock information.
No, I get about to get Peacock because it's free. So they
no, but I
wait.
Here's the
free. No. I have a question. Let me answer my question, please. Thank you, sir. If I sign up for the free Peacock, do I get access to the original content?
No, you get no content.
No, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
But once you get my...
No, it's not mine. I'm going to get my own.
No. Here, why pay $5 for Peacock when I automatically get it free via the Xfinity app? I get the $5 version for free because Xfinity is owned by Peacock. Peacock gives you the $5, which is technically the ad version for no added cost.
But to answer your question, the reason why I will pay for it, because I want to pay for it because I can pay for it, same way I pay for to look at bitches' titties on OnlyFans, and also I have multiple people that also are going to benefit from my access to it. No, thank you for offering me the free.
We know the same people that do the same joint. I can give
that's communist kills. That's Republican
kills. I know
kills.
You communist.
Like, yo,
guess what?
Sarah Palin, my bottom bitch. I work.
We've been circling this shit around like that, baby, for years, baby.
So I can pay back into the American pocket.
Get this Peacock since we out here wasting $300 for Xfinity for they good packages.
Well, first off, nobody should be wasting $300 on anything. But second of all, now I get to watch my boy Zach Morris be the greatest governor of California as he can be.
And I think anyway, I already signed your Peacock on your Xbox anyway with my information.
So yeah, that's just
so regardless, you ain't even got to pay for it anyway. It's already on your Xbox.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like I'm about to get that shit if it's only $5, and I can get all the wrestling XYZs. And all the
and on top of that,
content that's coming through that way.
And on top of that, WWE is every year, because of the fact that it's a 5-year contract, is supposed to drop an exclusive documentary for the NBC app as well. And also NBC is going to, because since you never mess with the Peacock app, they have a live channel where certain shit, like literally they have a live Office channel where they'll just drop the best Office clips throughout the whole time. Not episodes, but clips. So WWE...
I don't even have to sit down through all the Office. I just sit down and
watch the best clips, their most hilarious moments.
Word.
But
all the black people.
And the thing is, like, they're gonna do a live channel like how G4 is getting their live channel.
Is G4 through Peacock or G4?
Yeah, G4 is gonna be through Peacock. It's gonna have
Xavier Woods is gonna be.
It's gonna be.
That's another reason why.
But the thing is, the G4 is through the free version. You don't have to pay for that version for when G4 drops, because like the live channel version is through the free. I just need to know
if they bring back Layla Kaylee. That's all I need to know. From G4.
Yeah, they haven't.
That whole move.
But
snack.
They're dropping, but with the live channel section for WWE on the free joint, they're gonna have WrestleMania. So
So what else was going on in the wrestling world besides that? We got other topics.
With Impact and the AEW contract, the Private Party are now number 1 contenders for the Impact Tag Team Championships.
Word.
And there is something else big that was announced, but I cannot recall, so we will skip past all of that.
Word. So all right, we're gonna go right into the real main event that's about to pop off. That Godzilla versus King Kong trailer. Damn. And I can't wait until March 26th. We might have a special event planned from the network. We have to talk it to some of our other board members. But as soon as we get this shit finalized, all the captioners and escapees, we will definitely know. For all those that live in Colorado Springs, we got something brewing right now. But yes, if you have not seen that trailer, after you get done, listen to this episode, go watch it. But they answered a lot of my questions. That did a lot of things I had issues with going into the premise of the movie. How big will King Kong be compared to Godzilla? They have to be on the same height level. We see that. And how would Kong be able to handle Godzilla's atomic breath? I'm like, yo, that's a whole nuclear reactor being spit at you. They found a way to do that in this movie and make it work.
And the thing that I will give props because of pure fact that after watching the trailer, only because I went back to watch Skull Island, because I did, confession, fall asleep during it. But I like
Wait. Did you just say you fell asleep
Yes, I fell asleep.
watching a movie?
Oh, yeah, so you know my common
Who
trope.
would have thought that would have happened?
But they literally, that's the one thing I will give facts is if you go back and do your facts, HBO Max does not have the 2014 Godzilla, but it does have God of Monsters and Skull Island.
Yeah, and low key, you don't need to watch the first Godzilla. Like,
Yeah, you know Loki don't need
it
to
was
really
not all
watch
that,
it.
and I literally forgot that Elizabeth Olsen was the star there with Aaron
Pietro.
Johnson, who actually played Pietro. So it's like, oh, they're in Age of Ultron playing brother and sister, but then in Godzilla they playing
Husband and
lovers.
wife.
Yeah, so it's one of those things too.
But they literally said in Skull Island that he was a baby.
Yeah, that's one of the things
It's
too.
just like even more. It's like, yo, even though that was in like technically the
70s.
The 70s. It was in the 70s,
Yeah.
and when we first saw him in the 40s. Like, if he, how big was?
No, we didn't see him. In the
No,
40s.
we saw his head raised up in the 40s because that was the beginning cutscene. Was the?
But we don't know. No. That was a Kong. That was in the.
Oh
Kong.
no, because no, the dudes are. If you go back, what you call it? The comedian dude said that Kong was the last of his people because that them lizard people killed his family before. Also,
all right. Well, even if that's the case,
book.
it takes him. It will take him a while to grow up into maturity.
Yeah,
so
they
that's
just
30
let
years,
you
30
know,
years, 30
like,
years.
yeah.
So if that was the case in the 40s, that was Baby Kong, and then we had like teenage Kong in the 70s, and now we fast forward to 2020.
And we have a
this is
full
like,
ass
yo,
adult
nigga,
Kong.
I'm low key trying to retire from the game Kong. I'm like 35. I'm Aaron Rodgers right now. You want me to go against fucking Tom Brady and Godzilla? What the fuck am I supposed to do?
And what's even
Well,
more,
look at my weapons.
And what's even more great is it still shows how smart. Just from the trailers alone, it shows like both these niggas know that they're intelligent and smart, and who's the smarter creature.
And also that
monster.
plays into like the primates' abilities as is like monkeys create tools and Kong finds a tool to combat Godzilla. And from what I've seen from the trailer and listen to other people, like when he put his hand on the rock, it's like a video game moment, and it unlocks a secret door, and he gets his new item, and the item is actually a stick, a slab of a tree with a piece of a Godzilla's spike into it that allows Kong to absorb the radiation blast from Godzilla into that, so he can fight Godzilla with his same energy. Because if you pay attention to the trailer or watching in slow mo towards the end when Godzilla's blasting Kong, that axe or whatever absorbs all of that because what's attached to it is a Godzilla scale or dorsal scale, I guess if you're gonna be technical. Okay, and it's like, oh, that makes sense. He's an ape. They create tools. He has to find a different way to beat Godzilla because yeah, he got hands, but Godzilla got that tail and that breath. But he's an ape, and apes are smart. So it's gonna be fascinating to see how this movie plays off without getting into other deep theories and shit like that.
And what makes that little end scene even more better is the fact that it's a trope and it's two little tropes rolled into one from Skull Island. The fact that he uses another piece of pure nature as a weapon, all out of the tree.
He did.
And if you recall, when he came back for the comeback, he came with the drop down with the boulder. He comes down with the drop down with because that would low key, if you relook at it, the axe handle part of the axe breaks down and he's hitting him with like the dorsal fin with pure hand behind it, which is just like when he comes down, double hand to the one hand of that boulder rock to the skull creatures.
And another big news that just dropped today: HBO Max.
Boy, I can't believe they're doing
confirmed
this.
that they are going to make a Harry Potter TV series. I don't know if it's a prequel. I don't know if it takes place before Fantastic Beasts. Between that and the original Harry Potter's are post movies.
Are they gonna follow the freaking play and it be just a movie joint?
We do not not know, but only thing we know in a year or two from now,
HBO
it's
Max
gonna be
got
out.
them Harry Potter rights, and all Harry Potter content will only be through HBO
And
Max.
I fuck with Potter movie wise, not the books. Like I'm gonna watch it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be here and be like, oh, I want to be in the future. I want to be in the past. I just want it to be good. That's all I want.
I just realized
I
something.
have more Black Wizards.
I really just realized something.
No Michael Jordans.
HBO has all the rights to all the Lord of the Rings shit except for this TV series
Because
that's
it's
going
through
straight
Amazon.
through Amazon.
And that's been in the works.
You know how crazy I just realized that is? Because I never thought that Amazon, that's the one little crazy random streaming thing that I just randomly realized.
And moving on from that, we're going to talk about some music real quick.
Let's get to this music.
YWDCA 13, our official playlist for this month that you can follow on Spotify. Every time we put up a video, we always share the link to that. And these are some of the songs that have been added to it. Easy by Paleways. If you listen to the podcast, I recommend I put another song by them before My Religion. I really like this group. This is like one of my new favorite groups. I've been listening to their old stuff. They're chill. They got an indie vibe to them. The boy Wale dropped a new single called Good Vibes. Yep. And Wale always comes with the good vibes. I think he really is one of the most underrated rappers of the newer of his class. I think he could be way more. I really do feel like I want to compare him to an Avenger right now, but it's hard for me to place him. But if anything, I would say he's kind of like the Gambit. Like, he's a fan favorite, but in comic books, he doesn't get that appreciation because everything he touches blows up. Like, low-key, if you fuck with it, you don't.
If you fuck with Lil Wale,
and also,
you understand why Wale is... He's one of the best underrated lyricists, songwriters in this generation.
And also, his relationship with love is very like Rogue and Gambit because he always wants to touch it, but it seems like when he does, it never goes.
It always
the
backfires
right way. Yes,
to him
exactly.
when it comes to the song. His good love songs hits that he drops.
Then we have that Op Stopper.
Ooh, boy.
YBN No More No Mere, and that boy 21 Savage Pussy 21. Did you listen to that shit, bro?
Oh, sir.
That boy 21, like out of his generation, 21 Savage is definitely my favorite rapper, and I didn't think I would never say that because I was like, oh, his flow's always the same. But then I listened to his album.
21's grown in the years. I thought 21 would, the way 21 has grown, I thought that's what Young Thug would have been. But Young Thug has been staying in his own.
I thought Young Thug was gonna be another Trinidad James. I thought he was gonna have that one hit, I'm a stoner, then he'll be around, but.
No, I always thought
his trajectory was completely different.
I always thought Young Thug was gonna have the 21 trajectory. His sound was gonna always be different, but yet change up with also different times, but yet be the same. Sound's been the same, but with 21 has been the same, but yet showing you that I'm an evolved person with my bars as well.
Word.
And that's what I thought 21 was gonna be, but nope. I mean, Young Thug was going to be, but nope. 21's did that for me, and I'm so glad it was 21.
Word. And Troubled Paradise by Slater. That's a nice little dark pop song.
That is a nice little dark song.
Lifestyle by my arch nemesis, no, not Bow Wow, my second.
Jason Derulo,
aka the musical Pokemon, has a song with my boy Adam Levine of Maroon 5, my favorite band of all time, and it's a hit. Like, I could shit here and shit talk on Justin Derulo. Like, he's talented. Don't get me wrong. He make hits. I dance to most of his songs. And he has another one. Like, I don't even think Justin Derulo get the proper respect that he deserves. Because he's like this generation's... He's like a Usher, Justin Bieber, like, hybrid. Like, he makes all those pop... No, I would say a Justin Timberlake, Usher hybrid. Like, he makes all those pop songs. But he also have the blackness behind it. But at the same time, as a community, I don't feel we put our support behind it because it's poppy. Kind of like with Black Eyed Peas. I personally view the Black Eyed Peas as one of the most underrated hip hop groups of all time. But Jason Derulo, he's just like Flo Rida. He always have a hit. You can never count Justin Derulo out. Every year he has that boy has talent. He did Cats for a reason. He was like, yo,
he did Cats, but he
mean,
also said he regrets it. He had other pictures before him, but he turned them down.
I think this how it went. Like, yo, Justin Derulo do Cats. No, I'm cool. Idris Elba in it. That's how they got.
I think it's
Taylor Swift in it too.
I think the fact that he did Cats was the fact that he knew it was a popular play and he thought he was gonna get bigger pop.
And they told him who else is attached. Because Jennifer Hudson, Taylor Swift.
I really want to know what other movies he had offers for before that he turned down, because
he couldn't have any.
No, he said he had like
he said, but I don't believe he had a lot.
I think technically most of his other offers were probably like straight to DVD joints.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing.
But when he got hit with that Cats, he knew it was going straight to theaters. It was like, yo, I won't be a part of this.
Yeah, and Cats was a turd, and it deserved to be in the litter box. I always want to say, like, I'm not gonna judge someone without seeing it. I have not seen Cats yet, even though I can watch it free. I made this promise to all the captioners listening right now. I will watch Cats by the time the next episode of this shit comes out, and I will give a mini cap. You know what? No, it's gonna be on the YouTube. It might be on my own personal YouTube, Kels for Show on YouTube. I will watch Cats, and I'm gonna talk about that whole just for you.
I know you probably didn't hear about this group, and I forgot to recommend this from. Well, it was on. They dropped this thing on the 19th, but my new favorite J-pop group, Chai. They
like
dropped.
The T?
Huh?
Like the T?
Yeah.
So they
have CHAI.
That's hella racist.
They Japanese. That's what they named their group. It's a girl group. But they dropped a song called Donuts Mind If I Do.
Wait, what?
Donuts Mind If I Do.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Like the donuts we eat.
Yes.
Donuts Mind If I Do.
And part of the reason why they kind of got onto my group is my popularity is the pure fact. When you go to the Spotify description, they literally say, when you think of all things pink, a round of fuses, the likings of Basement Jacks, Gorillaz, CSS, and the Tom Tom Club, with lyrics focused on woman empowerment and the redefining of the definition kiwi. For y'all that don't know, in the Japanese term, kiwi means cute.
And also
cute in Japanese.
If you're from the
you think of Chai.
New Zealand, that might be a slur to you as well. Cause I think they don't like me calling Kiwis, but it's like weird because I'm black. So like, yeah, we could call each other that. But if you not from New Zealand, you call me a Kiwi, we might have fights. But that's neither here nor there.
But yeah, they
also Kiwi is another term for pussy.
But yeah,
thank you, Maroon 5.
This J-pop group is out here, and I like it.
Word. And then another song, Dance Alone by Boy in Space.
Oh, Boy in Space dropped some new shit?
Yeah, and Lost in Translation by Emma Negrati. Shades On by Arissa. Wildin' by Ashley Olsen. And Someone Else by Deb Never. Also, Sad About Me by Chloe Tang. I'm So Sad by Colorado's Own 303.
303.
They low-key about to drop an album soon because they had a Christmas song come out. They have this single. And be on the watch for them. Like, their music hasn't
never changed
matured that much, but it's still
in that good pocket. If you was from that era, you know what you getting when you listen to a 303.
From a group I love.
What group is
and
that?
Ever since Daniel made this critique about them, I was like, yo. Weezer has a new single. It's called All My Favorite Songs. And Daniel told me, I'm not going to quote him verbatim, but he basically said, I wish they would stop making sad white boy high school music. Is that correct, Daniel?
That's about right, yeah.
And guess what the song is?
Sad white boy high school music.
Like, yo, you got to be 89. Ain't sitting there like, all my favorite songs remind me of you, and this is what I do. Do. And it's Weezer, but I was like, damn, like, a lot of this shit is like, yo. But at the same time, I'm a grown man, and I relate to this shit because I'm like, yo, girl, what's up? Oh, not much. Word. How you doing? I'm all right. How you doing? Oh, that's cool. You know it could be cooler, right? How so? Cooler if I was in your life. You're so funny. Yeah, I'm just a joke, but you know that's what I am.
Admit that.
Oh, you're not a joke. Yeah, I know, but I'm a joke to everybody. But it's cool though, girl. Oh, you're so silly. Well, have a good night. I'm gonna go talk to my boyfriend. I'm like,
Yo, is you reading my text messages?
no, nigga. I live the lives of the lonely. But yeah.
All right, go say quote some more Kid Cudi tracks that you don't know of.
Nigga, I didn't know that was some Kid Cudi shit. Nigga.
Kid Cudi shit.
I live my life the only way I know how. Not knowing.
The track of the song is The Life of the Sad and Lonely.
And that's one of the things too, is like nobody knows how this shit works. Cause once you leave, you don't get to come back and be like, yo, alright, so you know that whole Jesus shit? You know that afterlife? Flip it. You know all that other bullshit they told you about doing on Earth. It don't matter. Cause we get it's another level.
We ain't gonna talk about that Slick. We ain't gonna talk about that New Love by Slick City featuring Ellie Goulding.
No, I didn't like that song.
Oh, you didn't like it? I kind of liked it.
Nah, I didn't like. I heard like Ty Dolla $ign did have a new one from Tiesto's latest album. Like it's on the playlist, but I just don't want to mention that shit. But then low key, I think I still might have put that Ellie Goulding on there. It's just like there's a lot of music that came out. Thank God, but at the same time, it's like I didn't know how much time I was going to have to talk about that. But yo, yeah, that's what's what's been popping. And now we about to get into yo, we geeking out.
We geeking.
And today we gonna be geeking out about the Disney Channel movie classical Lemonade Mouth, starring Bridget Mandler, aka Olivia in the film, and also Naomi Scott, who went on to become not only Kimberly Hart, aka the Pink Power Ranger in the Power Ranger reboot, but also Disney's Aladdin reboot live action version, starring the none other than the Fresh Prince himself, Will Smith.
So technically, this was her second or maybe third Disney movie that she did, but yet this was her first Disney Channel movie to go on and then do a Disney big screen movie.
Yes,
which is actually kind of rare.
And what's rare about that, Ross?
Because it's the rare thing about that is not many people that did Disney Channel content always went and did the Disney Channel big movies unless like
I got what you're saying.
They had those faith in them. Like literally before her, the only people that did that full transition was technically everybody from High School Musical.
I would also low key. Oh, you mean outside of Disney?
Yeah, product. They did. No, not outside Disney product, because literally Aladdin was Disney. So I'm saying they started on the Disney Channel and then, but yet progressed to being on a Disney big screen movie.
Okay, well, with that being said, there's not too many Disney big screen movies that would allow that. But like for somebody else prior to her, I would say Hilary Duff, because she also did the Lizzie McGuire movie that went to theaters as well.
Yeah, so like I'm just saying, like besides like the big names like Lindsay Lohan, Hilary Duff, that they knew that they could put the money in to make those movies. Like she was the first one. Like she wasn't technically the big star of Lemonade Mouth like that.
Yeah, that's
but
what
yet
I'm saying,
she got big enough in her acting career that Disney had enough faith in her that they said, "Here, we trust you enough to play this main role."
And I wouldn't even say it was because she got big enough in her career. I would just say because
they've already had faith and know how her.
Not even that. I would say like you can act. You're brown. Here you go. We dealt with you before.
We know you could also sing. And we know that this movie's also a musical. So boom, bam, boom,
yeah,
boom,
bam. Lizzie Lohan with Herbie Full Loaded. She was already the Lohans. Hilary Duff was already the Hills.
Zac and Efron and all them from High School Musical already built that fan base.
And that was High School Musical is a totally different beast.
And low key, that's what I'm kind of going with is like that the fans from like the Lemonade Mouth that know her and knew her music and all that, they knew that like, oh, we know people like this Lemonade Mouth. We know that Naomi's of Muslim descent. Lemonade, we're trying to also follow the whole wave of not just hiring a white chick to play Jasmine. Let's hire an actual person. This chick also can sing. Boom, bam, boom. We can also bring back people from 2011 that already know about her singing skills and their acting to come bring their kids, because
and that's why I put myself like, it wasn't the fact that she was Lemonade Mouth, because like when we were watching this shit today and Michelle was there, like,
Michelle didn't point that shit
no, I'm saying she was like, oh, that she looks like the chick that plays Jasmine. It's like, no, that is her, because she was in Lemonade Mouth first. Most people recently, if they know her for something, it would be the Power Rangers, because that was more big. Lemonade, and plus Lemonade Mouth came out in 2011. Power Rangers came out about 2016.
Oh shit, that was 4 years.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, so most people, if you're not in that world,
the Disney
would
Channel,
would be on the way. That's why when we watch Power Rangers, like, oh, I forgot that she was Lemonade Mouth. So like, yo, where else she been? I'm like, Lemonade. I'm like, oh yeah, that's her. But anyway, so basically, Lemonade Mouth is low key Breakfast Club meets California Dreams. If you don't know what the California Dreams is, it was low key a band version of Saved by the Bell that came on NBC, but it was about a group of kids from different circles that got detention, and they all had musical skills, and then they became a band, but they became more than a band. They became a
familiar. But also too, I will have to say, it doesn't just also star those two. One of another big star from the Disney Channel lane was Adam Hicks, because this was his first technical big movie after, for some of the for the big boys that watch Disney XD, to be alternative, because Disney at that current time moment was mostly for the females, so that's why Disney XD was created. He played Luther in Zeke and Luther, which was technically the 2000s generation, the late 2000s generation for skateboarders, because
wait, who did he play in Lemonade Mouth?
He was Gwen. One from Lemonade Mouth was also from.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with Zeke and Luke. That's why I asked. Like, all right, word.
Yeah, he was.
Because I knew what he looked familiar. I knew
he was from Zeke and Luther, right. and for those that don't know, Zeke and Luther was about a black kid named Zeke and a white kid named Luther trying to be Disney famous. XD. Trying to be famous skateboarders.
Because Disney XD was like their boy.
They was their boy.
Yeah, their boy branch of the Disney Channel. Yeah.
So literally, if you were a friend of Gravity Falls, you was watching Disney XD because it had more adult, crude humor on it.
Word. That's what's up. And yeah. And one of the things about this movie, like most Disney Channel movies, they follow certain tropes. So, it's very formulaic. So, it's going to go a certain way. But at the same time, you still can enjoy it. Because I was rewatching it today. I'm like, yo, it works. It's like, honestly, it's up in my top 3 favorite Disney Channel movies of all time. And for some people in our age demographic, you may have stopped fucking with Disney movies when you stop being like a teen, but me and the other people that are grown as adults, like, nah, we know what we like, we know what it is, and we just like watch some cheesy, some cute, some fluffy, just to make the time go by. And this is definitely one of the best ones, pound for pound.
And also, for the pure fact, it wasn't just like, oh, it's a quick Disney joint. It also had a nice little theme about it, because even though it's always been a generational thing from the 2000s to save the musical arts. Like the mid 2000s, even though it's still kind of weird to say the mid 2000s, but like the 2008s to the 2006 through 2015s, maybe, it was a whole focus on the study of the arts. And this came in that time period where this movie really was more focused on the study of the arts and music, but yet how friendship could grow from music and all of that. And
yeah, it was very
as well as you could grow from a person from your love of passion of music.
And yeah, it's one of those very familiar plot points where it's like, oh, the arts programs, the drama club, the music club, they're being shut down because they can't get funding because it's going into sports, and everyone want to see the football team. They need a new stadium. The basketball team need a new gymnasium. But what about the art club and this and the third? Like the band needs to play for the sports scene. So it's like that element to it, and also it really does focus a lot on the character of Stella, which low key looks like the homegirl Les. Shout out to Les, aka Rice Cake. And I just realized too, like because in the movie they go to Mesa, and Leslie also went to Mesa Ridge High School here. So it's like one of those things. And also, they both like Asian. I was like, yo, there's mad layers. But Stella was a rebel. She was like, yo, fuck authority. Like, I'm gonna wear my shirt that says down with this, up with that. You can't tell me what to do. I can be a person. Why let the man tell you to sit down when you can stand up because your last word? And people like, you're a new girl. It's just one of the things too about these type of movies. Like, soon as a kid comes into school, gets off the bus, everybody like, whoa, you're new here.
It's
like,
not just only the fact that she was the new girl, she's also the odd one out of her family because her little brothers are geniuses. Her dad's working on a cure for cancer. Her mom is scientific genius.
Yeah, they're all quote unquote intellectuals.
And all she wants to do is be. She's smart, but she wants to be different because she knows that
she knows music.
Like,
music's her passion.
Her passion, and she doesn't. Yeah,
that actually changes the world. And Loki is a la Kim Possible because her brothers were geniuses. Her mom was like a doctor. Her dad was a scientist. But Kim was also smart, but she was an adventurer. She was a crime stopper. She didn't have a band. So there are those overlaps from her character. Now that I'm thinking about it, damn, yeah, she was low-key like Kim's Possible without the spy abilities. And you have the character of Charlie, who was Hispanic. Another thing, too, about this movie, it was diverse before diversity was, quote-unquote, be pushed upon us. And like some people don't realize there are mad different people in the world. So Charlie was a Hispanic drummer who didn't want to play soccer, but his parents was forcing him to do it because his older brother was a soccer star.
He was a soccer star at that school, Mesa, he was that got him a scholarship because of his perfect score to Stanford.
Yeah, he was the perfect son and things of that nature. He was like, yo, I like drumming. I like doing my thing. And then him being pressured to soccer
not even just soccer, made him have the same academic attributes as her brother. Because
that goes into him being perfect. Like, you got to do what your brother did. You got to have the grades that your brother did. You have to beat him when he was like, I can't beat him. I'm just trying to figure out who I am. That's what I'm trying to be. And I like these drum things. And that folds into his character. And then you have Wendell, who has, like, to me personally, the weakest, like, reason to be upset. But at the same time, I get it because
he's a teenager and literally it's on. And I don't even know. They didn't make it sound. To be honest, they never specify how long his mom left the family, but it's long. It's been enough time that the dad has moved on, found somebody new, and he does not like the fact that his dad moved on, even though his mom clearly has moved on. To the fact that we don't even know she lives in that state because he's never spent time with her in this movie. It's always just been with his dad.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. It's like whether she left before the movie started or she left years ago. Wendell as a character still is grieving over the fact he's still having to cope with the fact that his mom's not there, and his dad is a grown ass adult, and he realized my life goes on. And the thing too about that, his dad starts dating a girl that's like 28 that's going to community college. And Wendell makes a joke about that. And his dad's like, yo, she's 28. I'm like, yo, I'm way past 28. Now, rewatching this movie, of course, when I first watched it, I was like, maybe my early 20s. And I'm like, yo, I'm with your dad. Like, I love you, son, but my dick still work. I gotta love you. Me and your mom split for whatever reason. But at the end of the day, I have to go on. And the stepmom wasn't a bitch. It was not like she came in the scene trying to fuck it up. No,
she just came in the scene trying to be someone that loved her dad, loved his dad, and loved everything about his dad. Thusly, loving Wendell and wanting to be around. want to be around Wendell, but just was supportive for things
Yeah,
around
because it's
Wendell.
a family. Like, she's 28, he's like 16, maybe, let's give it to
They 16 because they ain't maybe 15 tops because none of them is driving.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. Like, I get it. Like, your mom was here.
She's no longer in the family in the picture.
Her and your dad split. She's not there. He has you. That's another thing, too. He has custody of you. So why didn't your mama want you?
And we don't even know what the deal is with the sister and how old the sister is because she's never made a scene.
I'll give the sister a good 5 at max because she was a little girl. They don't talk about it, so there was no need to talk about her.
So that probably shared custody, if that.
Well, once again, that's joint custody, but at the same time. But no, it's not even joint custody because he did. You just said he hasn't seen his mom in XYZ time. So it can't be joint. So your mom took it upon herself to remove herself from all of this situation. So you're mad at your dad, but the person you really need to be talking about
is your mom.
Mom's. And that goes into the whole story.
And what makes it even more great is the pure fact that his dad's like, yo, I'm allowing you to get this coat, but my G, I can't be the same way as you is. I can't be mad at the fact that your mom is gone. I need to move on with my life. And this person is making me happy. I know it's going to be hard for you to accept it, but you got to accept this, G. I ain't changing nothing else. So.
Word. And then you have Mo's character played by Naomi Scott, who is a young Indian girl who's in love with and also dates the lead singer and guitarist.
Not lead singer, just the lead guitarist.
No, he do vocals too.
Well, he does vocals, but Ray's lead vocals.
All right, so he's the lead guitarist, and he does backup vocals for the band Mudslide Crush. And she's just trying to be a young girl in high school, dress cute, have a boyfriend.
As an American Muslim.
And just living the American dream. But then her parents,
her
dad, has this idea of what that life should be and what she should do for herself. And she is trying to adjust to not being able to live up to those standards. Figuring out how to grapple that situation.
It's the usual Muslim. I hate to say it, but it's the usual Muslim American trope.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily
generations like
I wouldn't even say necessarily Muslim. We see that it's classism too. It's like you have the
child of an immigrant.
You could say that about American teenage bounty hunters. You could say that about a lot of shit, even in Atlanta or ATL. Like when you come from a certain pedigree, they want you to do certain things their way. It has that, yes, it does have that Muslim aesthetic, but you can relate that to other people because I know people that are not Muslim, even with the Asian community. It's like you have to be here. That's why I'm rephrasing it to the immigrant. Or even with black. No, we this type of black. We ain't trying to be that type of black because we need to be here. So I did this. I came here like so you can do this X, Y, and Z. But then it also could go some people like, yo, we come from this money. We go to these schools. You to be like this because like I was talking to Michelle, I never had that overbearing expectation of you have to live your life a certain way. I was just brought up to be like, be a good person, live your life, be who you are. And I just feel a certain way for people that didn't have that when people are trying to put this pressure on you to be quote unquote perfect because perfection is not perfection. We learned that from the Matrix. Because even the robots like, yo, it's hard to try to make human beings view something as perfection when everybody has a different idea of what that's like. So your paradise when you die might be like
do that?
Blue Lagoon, but my paradise might be like, yo, Vegas all there.
Blue Lagoon, the anime or the TV series?
Now I'm talking about the movie when they was fucking Brooke Shields when they was fucking on the beach because they realized there was kids on the island, but also my dick works.
That's how my dick works. Shit works. And oh snap! But yet, not only just this. Well, technically, it was just only these students, but yet there was also the great villain Ray. Well, technically, he's not really the real villain.
I guess I would say there would be two villains.
He's a sub-villain.
Ray and the principal.
Well, not even the principal. Was he vice principal?
No, he was the principal.
But yeah, Ray, aka the lead singer of Mudslide, but he's technically the subplot villain. The real villain would be
He was a dickish asshole.
yeah. The
that
real
all high school movies have.
yeah. He's the oh shit. He was the big guy on campus because he was on the soccer team because Mudslide crew was on the soccer team, and he was the lead singer on Mudslide, and so literally he had all that popularity on him. But Chet, the principal, who technically took all the sponsorships and got all the sponsorship deals for the school to improve the school via the sport, basically sending all the non-essential, basically the other versions of the arts to the relegate basement. But I will say
they treated them like Morlocks.
But I will say this school was rich enough that these kids had elevators to get to teleport through school to school halls, which is still surprising because I wish I had a school to use an elevator just to go one floor or two floors up or down. But that's none less to say here or there. But yes, the AV club, newspaper, ballerina, the single man chess club, all of the intelligent art things that could also bring revenue to the school was all relegated downstairs, as well as the teacher's class, Tanisha Campbell, Miss Raynick, I want to say her name was. I can't remember her name. She got relegated to sending the music classroom downstairs, and not just in like a nice elegant place downstairs. Her classroom was literally underneath the water pipes of the school, so there was a leakage. So there's a cup to catch the water dropping. Whenever the pipes were running, you hear the rumbling of the pipes above her class. And not only just that, her classroom was ran in the music classroom was ran in the detention room because it had the detention label on it. Not music, detention. So that's how much this principal gave a care about the arts.
Word. And with that being said, we're going to bring this session to an end with a couple of questions. No, just one question. Favorite song in the movie?
Favorite song in the movie will be... You know it is, Somebody.
No, like low-key that it.
Why? Because you want that to be...
No. I can't want none to be... Nigga, I don't own the song. Like, that's my favorite one, too. Like, yeah, I just had to ask the question.
What about you, sir? You going to determine?
No, I literally just said that's my favorite song, too.
Oh,
like,
word. What another favorite question? Favorite musical scene?
Favorite musical scene from the film has to be She's So Gone when they perform at the pizza shop. Like,
bruh,
that
yeah.
shit slapped. I didn't know she was gonna... Like, that movie turned, like, it was being cliche, but then, they got serious just for it to come by the end. And they didn't have no final end song, like, big finale, here we're going out type deal. Like, no, the people did it.
And guys, we will tell you, one of the greatest things I will give Lemonade Mouth is the greatest plot, the narrative plot twist that they give to you. Which you have to watch to catch, because it makes the movie that much a little bit better. As well as I would also like to recommend the pure fact of a reason why to watch this movie is it shows that it's such a good thing because it has everybody's group's character story arc written so well to a fine point of you can see this in almost any one of your friends. You can see this happening as one of them and are being one of them, or you've had that situation happen to you. Like having a girl ask you, do guys do this? And then you just sit there and be like, yo, you're literally, no, I'm a dude, this, that, and the third, but yet you're calling me not a guy's guy, or this, that, and the third, and you're questioning your dude's motive.
AKA, you don't want to fuck me and low-key you think I'm a bitch.
It's not even just that. It's just like, You're coming to ask me. You're coming to ask me questions about your boyfriend, thinking that we might have the same mindset, but you got to realize I don't. So why are you questioning me this? I wouldn't treat you like this, but yet you're questioning me on why dudes treating you like this.
Word. And there's multiple layers of this movie, but that's gonna bring this portion of the show. Yo, we geeking out to an end. And before we get out, we're gonna hit you with check it out. So Roscoe, what would you recommend for people to check out if they're a fan of Lemonade Mouth?
If you're a fan of Lemonade Mouth, you probably already checked this movie out. But I would recommend, just because, not music song scenes, but just because story-wise, it's one of my other favorite Disney Channel joints, but I will say Camp Rock 2.
I had, in my original notes, I literally had Camp Rock 2 in there. But for me, you should definitely check out a series that's on Netflix. That's a Nickelodeon produced TV series as none other than Victorious. You don't have to be the main attraction. Da 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 da. I'm just saying, yo. Before Ariana Grande was Ariana Grande, she was Kat on this series. Victoria Justice in it. It's about a group of kids that go to a musical or
a performance
arts school, and each episode there's songs, there's music, there's all the shit greatness that you will love if you're a fan.
Slow character development.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of Lemonade Mouth because of the music and the character development, you will love this. Also, the girl Jade, Lizzie Grice is also on motherfucking Dynasty on CW, so definitely check that out. And with that being said, this episode of Yo Where the Captions At is coming to an end. So I just want to thank all the captions out there for listening to this episode and all the previous episodes. You can always find us on Spotify. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. You can always follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Facebook and follow us on YouTube under the Escaping Networks YouTube channel. And as always, I'm yours truly, Kellis for Show. And remember, be one or be nothing.
And I'm yours truly, Roscoe Tinkoya. Live life and be Miss Unknown, y'all.
Take care of yourselves and love.
Peace and happy grease.